Good evening, Rustic enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright. It is time to not talk about abnormals, I'm afraid, because no, there are no abnormals this week. There are no abnormals today. Due to the fact that the Rust store was delayed last week and we had the Rust skins come out on Friday instead, unfortunately, we are not expecting any abnormal skins to become marketable tonight. In fact, all 12 of these skins that you see right here in front of you, they're all going to become marketable at the exact same time tomorrow. More specifically, midnight in the UK, Thursday evening going into Friday morning. So when it's midnight, when it literally hits midnight in the UK, we are going to have to do some buy orders on all of these skins. We're going to be chasing after every single one of them, and you're going to have to start figuring out which ones are you going to want to prioritize. We'll talk more about that tomorrow if you'd like. But yeah, like, they're all going to become marketable at the exact same time. We've done this already 2 times this year. We've had 2 Rust stores delayed this year. This is the 3rd. We've approached this before, and we're going to be doing it all over again. So just keep that all in mind. I hope you understand that. So we can still sit here and discuss prices. We can still figure out what prices we might want to for all of them. And considering that we only had 6 days for this Rust store, we have not seen that many sales happen. And with that, with hardly any sales, all the better for them to rise up in price, but it's really low for some of these skins. I'm very surprised to see how low these sold. So we'll talk all about that right now. Shall we jump in? Shall we start talking about the likes of the Punkjack Large Box to get started? So as I said, a lot of people do appreciate this type of design. I guess you could call it cyberpunk. I guess you could call it like futuristic horror or something. I can see that, but yeah, get a good look at this. Nice and glow in the dark, very nice to see, but will it hold? This is the best selling skin of the week, 16,000 plus bare minimum sales. Let's just remind ourselves of the Sheep Matador, because that right now isn't doing super good. And, you know, they're both deplorables. I'm about to say it. Look, if we see more deplorables being made and accepted in the future, we got ourselves a nice brand new deplorable collection getting nice and established. Ha ha ha, he said it again. But yeah, that is the rule. That is something that usually always happens. The trends of, if we keep seeing more and more deplorable skins being made and accepted, the pre-existing ones will have a nice spike in demand, spike in price. Will that keep happening? Well, has anybody actually asked the skin creators and said, hey, are you going to make a small box or some more doors? And the answer is no, no one bothered to ask. So if you don't ask, you don't know. There you go. So yeah, we shall see. They've both sold very nicely. Let me just quickly remind you, even the Sheep Matador did about 16,000 plus sales. So I'm pretty sure Face Punch acknowledges that. The skin creators acknowledge that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of them. But over the course of the past weekend, what did we see? Well, the answer is nothing. We didn't see anything. So, yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye out for the next weekend, and the weekend after that, and the weekend after that, and you get the idea. But looking at this, what price am I going to want to offer for this? I think I am just going to stick with doing a buy order. I wouldn't be surprised if it does go below its Rust store price. And go take a look at all the large wood box skins that we've received this year, because not only did we see quite a decent amount of them being given away for free as a Twitch drop, but in general, that was a lot of acceptances as well. Maybe not as much as last year. Oh my god. Remember that we had 2 storage collections and then various Twitch drops, but fact is, there's not a lot of skins here in the positive. You got porcelain, not surprised by that, because, you know, the porcelain deplorables look very nice this year, and that large box, definitely. And then you got the likes of Abyss, part of a well-established collection. You got the likes of Tempered, part of a well-established collection. All of the other ones, not so much. Now, you know, large rabbit boxes only down by 23%, barbecue box only down by 10%. Yeah, they're not too bad, but again, it only reinforces the point that I think this is also going to suffer at some point. So I'm looking at this. I want to play it safe. I don't want to spend too much money. I'm looking at the Punkjack Large Box, and I'm going to sit here and say $1 to $1.50. That will be my answer. I can expect this potentially to work out very nicely. I can expect more skins to be made, and I can see the potential that we will be seeing even more skins being accepted, but I just can't help but think this will be going below its Rust store price. How low will it go? Questionable, but I can't imagine it going super low. I can't imagine it crashing and burning. So that's why I suggest the likes of $1 to $1.50. Sounds good? All right. Punkjack Garage Door was made. You are correct. That does exist, but it wasn't accepted. If we scroll down over to here, you can see the previous Punkjack skins that we've seen. And yes, there was a Punkjack Garage Door. Maybe that becomes a version 2. Maybe. We shall see. Thank you very much for bringing that up, Mr. Pants Bob. That was a good thing to mention. So, yeah, you never know. We could see more. So, cool. Moving on, we have the Neon Vibes Garage Door. I made this point last week, and I'll say it again. fairly simple neon designs on doors actually do very nicely. People do appreciate these. And again, we'll just quickly go back. We'll quickly go take a look at all the garage doors, but we're going to look at them by highest price, because you might notice something here. If we quickly go look at all of that, you might notice simple neon design, going deep garage door. Also, that's a funny design. You also have the likes of Neon Pumpkin garage door. You got the likes of Outer Planets garage door. You got the likes of the Always Online garage door, Tiger garage door, and then here we are. We have the neon vibes. Now there are a few more down here, but that's like Christmas themed. Yeah. So anyway, point is, with the likes of this only selling just under 14,000 bare minimum sales, that actually seems to be in a pretty good position. But I should also point out, how many garage doors have we had accepted this year? How many have been given away for free as well? Well, in total, for all of 2023, we've received 20 free skins. We've got Twitch drops, and we've got skins that were for sale. Oh no, Spell garage doors has gone down below its Rustic price. Oh no. Well, that kind of was expected, but anyway. So you do have to question what's going to happen next year. Will we go through the whole process again with tons of them being accepted? I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get even more Twitch drops, because that seems to be one of the easiest things to get a very cool looking skin made. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if garage doors still become something that you see quite a lot of throughout all of the year. And we now have to really focus on what's going to happen with the likes of this. Now I can point out, Diaz did make a continuation. Diaz did make a sheet metal door right here. Get a good look at that. And again, somewhat simple with its approach. Nothing wrong with that. People do appreciate it. You can see what's all being referenced here and whatnot. So yeah, that might help it out. You know, if we see a brand new deployable collection getting established. I've said it again. But this did not sell that much. Go take a look at all the garage doors that came out this year. Make some comparisons. So you might remember the Halloween doors, 25,000 bare minimum sales for this, 32,000 bare minimum sales for this. Let's go a little bit further back. Altar garage door, this did just under 12,000 bare minimum sales. Let's scroll down a little bit here. Camouflage net garage door, 21,000 plus sales. Abyss garage door, 37,000 plus bare minimum sales. Monuments glass garage door, almost 32,000 bare minimum sales. So overall, in the grand scheme of things, the amount of sales that this had isn't that much. What about if we go take a look at those higher priced skins again and see how much they sold? Well, this did just over 20,000 bare minimum sales. This did just about 24,000 bare minimum sales. This Outer Planets one did 13,700 bare minimum sales. And then if you look at Always Online, 22,000 bare minimum sales almost. The Tiger Garage Door, just over 31,000 bare minimum sales. So yeah, maybe in the grand scheme of things, the amount of sales that this got probably seems to be a fair bit too low. Even though we should point out this sold for $3.49, so we shouldn't be too surprised by that. But yeah, no, maybe this does work out quite all right. Maybe this does slowly get more appreciation as time goes on. Maybe we don't see that many listings on the Steam market and third-party sites, and maybe it does just gradually go up in price. What do you think? I've thrown a lot of context out there in front of all of you, but yeah, you're going to have to make that decision now, aren't you? Are you approaching this with wanting to only do a buy order, or are you actually considering making a purchase? Personally, based on all the garage doors that we've seen this year, I'm just going to stick with doing a buy order. What price might I want to offer? My answer is, just, you know, with all the sum of those parts, at bare minimum, I do want to do around at least $2. But I don't want to go too high, because I can expect this to go down a little bit. But I can expect it to rise up quite nicely as well. Plus, you know, the possibility of the sheet metal door being accepted. So, I think I might do like $1.80 to like $2.50. Yes, that'll be my answer. Because I can envision this doing quite all right. But then again, with the prices that you offer, you should also remind yourselves how much these other garage doors selling for. So again, sorry, got to do this again. Look at it by highest price, but go down to go down to here, and then start looking what's slightly below its price. Immediately, I noticed the Abyss garage door. You got Rolling Exit right there. You got Dungeon garage door, JPEG. You got Lover's Arrow. You got the Christmas gingerbread garage door. Yeah, Dragonhorn. So, maybe it might not work out as well, because there's much more well-liked, cheaper garage doors available. Porcelain's right there. So, yeah, if you want to play it more safe, offer lower. If you want to be more aggressive, if you think, you know what, I'm pretty sure this is going to work out, offer more. I suggested $1.80 to $2.50. The choice is yours in regards to what you do next. Sounds good? Let's move on. Okay, Soulless Legion crossbow. So if you can remember, we did have the we had the hunting bow literally the previous week. Now, something weird's happened with this because this has hardly any stock on the Steam market, and I do not know why. So this is really hard to suggest whether it's working out or not. Again, if you look at the buy orders, they're only going up to $1 still mostly. This right here, because of its sheer lack of stock on the Steam market, hasn't really gone down in price from what you can perceive. But then again, let's go down and take a look at the sales, because the actual sales is where we get a good idea of how it's holding up. And, well, you see a lot of sales here around like $1.70 to $1.80. So I don't think this is actually struggling. I think this is doing somewhat okay. Now, it did sell like 9,500, which isn't a ridiculous amount of sales, but in comparison to other bow skins, it kind of was a reasonable amount. And then, of course, we got the crossbow right here. And I should also point out, right here, we have the newest Soulless Legion skin. We got the Python skin right here. So this collection is getting more and more skins being accepted, potentially, maybe, but they're being submitted is the main point. So for the past 2 weeks, we had the bow, we had the crossbow. Could we potentially see, in the third week in a row, a Python skin being accepted? Well, this has a very notable challenger, which we will be showcasing to you in a second. But I just want to point out the possibilities. That looks quite nice. I could potentially see that being accepted. But again, if you saw what it's competing with, you might question that. But yeah, this collection, I kind of get the feeling it might only end up with these two skins for us for the foreseeable future. If it's going to only consist of weapons, by default, I would expect it to suffer a fair bit. So, yeah, it's a little bit awkward. Look at the crossbow. Let's remind ourselves what it looks like. It's perfectly fine. Nothing too crazy. I think a lot of people would appreciate it, but I think we're probably better off still sticking with the likes of maybe doing like an 80-cent to $1.10 buy order. I will repeat this. Earlier this year, when all of the crossbows... Okay. Earlier this year, I looked at all of the crossbows. Every single one of them was around their Rustor price and above. Basically, crossbows do get quite a lot of love when loads of people are playing the game, and therefore the prices should stabilise, the prices should improve. I can't guarantee it's going to happen all over again for the upcoming, post-Christmas time, but when you look at all the likes of these, they're not doing super great, are they? But not all of them go down super low. Only Chemical Burner's gone below $1. So I'm looking at this and I'm questioning, what am I going to want to do for this? I don't think it's sold a ridiculous amount. I think we could probably do a little bit better than 70 cents, 90 cents. Yeah, I think we are going to do 80 cents to $1.10. I could imagine it could retain some value reasonably, and then, of course, when times are better, maybe this might get some more appreciation. Maybe we could make some decent profits out of it. So I am probably just going to stick with doing a buy order there. That's my answer, Mr. Noise. Right. Now we have the Chameleon bolt-action rifle. And this is where I'm really, really, really going to emphasise the sheer lack of sales I've noticed this week with some of the skins. Gentlemen, this is part of the Chameleon collection. Gather around, take a look at that. Wow. And, well, they're holding up quite nicely. I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking a whole lot better in regards to about 2 months' time from here on now. But, yeah, the main competitor, the main thing that we wanted to compare this with was the previous bolt-action rifle skin that we saw being accepted. That was the Redemption bolt-action rifle. Bolt-action rifle... Look at that. So this right here did 25,000 bare minimum sales. This has only done about 11,000. Both of these collections are very well beloved. They are very well liked. They are both nice and shiny, and I expect both of these collections to flourish very nicely around post-Christmas time, when many people return to play the game. But this is only down by 10%, and we should also take a look at the Steam market, just to get a better look in regards to what the listings currently look like. Because this has less than 100 quantity. You're probably like, maybe about 15 sales away from the Rustor price. Yeah, I still expect this to have a nice future ahead of it. So make a comparison with the Chameleon. Oh my god. There is so much less of this compared to this. And this is where I'm really thinking this might have a very nice future ahead of it. So we still have one more Rustor, one more day left of this being in the Rustor. I can't imagine we're going to see another 15,000 sales and this matches up with the likes of the Redemption bolt-action rifle. No, impossible. It's not impossible, but very stupid. But this right here, I can't help but think that's going to do better than a Redemption bolt-action rifle now. Because, again, with both of those collections, it's the collection that carries the skin. I'll be brutally honest with you. We talked about this with the likes of the LR300 and the MP5. People want to buy all the skins because they're going to want to show all of them off on display. And this is where also to point out, we do have another one that appeared over the past weekend. We got a Python skin, yes. So, get a good look at this. Get a good look at this, because you also see all of the skins on display at some point on a weapon rack. Because, why? They are nice, they are shiny, they are ever so holographic. And when many people return to play this game, oh my god, you just know loads of people are going to flex with them. They're going to show them all off. And yeah, I wonder why, because it's a well-made skin. Look at all of that. That looks nice, and that looks shiny. So, I can't help but think that, of course, we're going to keep seeing more and more skins being accepted for this collection. We're going to keep seeing more and more being made for sure. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a SAP next, because that would be very welcome. But with hardly any of these being bought, all the better for it to rise up in price. When people want to buy the full collection, there's going to be only so many of those. And again, you can sit there and say, Hedge, I do have to question how much I even use the bolt action rifle. That's fine. I'm not going to question that much. But even then, you know, when you look at the likes of the LR300, go take a look at all the LR300 skins. Only one of them's in the positive. Well, actually, okay. Over the past 3 years, look at all the skins that came out. Only one of them's in the positive. It will be the Redemption one. Why? Because it's carried by the collection. This right here, this LR300, if it was any other skin, it would be doomed. But it's only down by 70%. It's only down by 17%. And then again, there's another very weird thing with Chameleon skins. On the Steam market, they have hardly any stock. I don't know why. There's only 25 of these here. There's next to no resistance. And then if you go take a look at all of the Chameleon skins, the same thing except the AK, every single one of them has like hardly any stock whatsoever. Steam market's being very slow. What's happened? Did I break it? Oh, there you go. He died. Right, Chameleon. And yeah, go take out all the quantities. What's going on? That looks ripe for easily going up in price. It's only the AK that's a little bit questionable. Is someone just dumping a fat batch of stock on this? Let's just quickly find out. Come on, Steam, don't be weird. I'm trying to talk about skins. No! Where are the numbers? Show me the numbers. What's happened to Steam? I think we broke it. Chat, what happened to Steam? Oh no. Oh no. Something's gone awkward. Oh, there we go. Here we are. Right. So, wait, hang on a minute. All right. Here you go. This is another stupid situation with a little bit of an investigation. Turns out, yes, there's 200 quantity of the Chameleon AK on the Steam market, but there's 78 of them above $5. So if I were to just kind of like do a nice generalization here, I can sit here and say, yes, there's 200 quantity of these on the Steam market, but 100 quantity is above $4. I mean, that could still go up in price very easily. So yeah, regardless, this whole collection, I'm thinking it's looking very appealing. I'm thinking a lot of people will be buying into it. And with that, this is going to rise up a lot easier, especially compared to that Redemption bolt action rifle. So yeah, what prices are we going to want to go into offer for this? Sorry, my tongue just kind of decided to die there. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think you could just buy this. All right? If you only want to stick with doing a build up, fair enough. I'm probably going to suggest $1.70 to $2.20. But honestly, I can't help but think over the course of these next 2 months, that right there is just going to comfortably rise in price. How high will it go? That is a good question. Let's go take a look at all the bolt action rifle skins. You can get a good idea of how high they potentially might go up to. So highest price, you can see this one right here is $13.71. But also take into consideration, these older skins only have so much in circulation, so keep that in mind. No Mercy wasn't too long ago, and that has 15,000 sales. That's $6. Cool, that might be okay. Maybe this only potentially goes up to about... There you go. Maybe this only potentially goes up by maybe $1 or $2. But that's still very nice profit. So do question, how much quantity you might potentially want to buy. But with a buy order, you can be a little bit more in control. And honestly, $1.70 to $2.20 will be my answer for that. I'm pretty sure that is going to be very stable. And yeah, what else is there to say? So that right there, that's nice. Shall we move on? Because I'm again emphasizing the sheer craziness with the sheer lack of sales when I now talk about the Abyss sleeping bag. This right here This right here has only done 10,600 bare minimum sales. We only have one more day of this being in a Rust store, and that is ridiculous, especially when you compare it to the other Abyss deplorable skins. If anything, to all of the Abyss skins. But again, let's just specify we are only focusing the deplorables, because that's what's, that's the best thing to compare to. And again, when we see new deplorables being accepted, that is where we tend to see more of a spike in demand. Anyway, so this did 10,600 bare minimum sales. Let's compare it to the other deplorables. 37,000 bare minimum. 35,000 bare minimum. 21,000 bare minimum. 25,000 bare minimum. What? So, this is incredibly low for its sales. And please understand this. All of these skins here, throughout all of this year, alright, ever since these appeared, we went through some bad times. We went through some good times. We went through some bad times. Autumn Fall seasonal dip was not fun. But all four of these skins, they held up strong and they survived. And in many instances, when we looked at all of the furnaces many times this year, when we looked at all of the sheet window doors many times this year, when we looked at the large boxes many times this year, you'd notice that the likes of these skins were the only ones that were in the positive compared to all of the other skins. This collection held up strong, and around post-Christmas time, I can't help but assume it's going to be doing very nicely, especially if we keep seeing more deplorables being made and accepted. So this right here, I'm really in support of suggesting to buy it. And let's also remind ourselves, Little Ranger and Graham Cohen, they did make some other deplorable skins that weren't accepted, unfortunately. You got the likes of the double door, you got the small box. There's plenty more skins that could be made, plenty more deplorables. Got yourself an armored door, double armored door, potentially. A rug, that could still work. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that the likes of this small box potentially has a version 2 at some point in the near future. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. So feel free to go ahead, go to the comment section to some of the skins that they've recently produced and say, offer some ideas. What type of deplorables would you like to see? Well, we could still potentially see the likes of a wooden door, if you want that. But yeah, suggest some ideas. Pass it on to them. But in the future, won't be surprised if we do see some more skins being produced. Won't be surprised if we see more being accepted. And I won't be surprised if the likes of that sleeping bag just comfortably rises up in price, again, due to hardly any stock that was bought, due to the fact that there's, consider this. It really doesn't look like people jumped in and bought out a ton of them. It doesn't look like people bought these in excess. On the Steam market, over time, you're probably going to see hardly any stock. So much easier for it to rise up in price. So it's just a consideration. But yeah, buying that, I wouldn't be surprised. Throughout, the bad times, I wouldn't be surprised that this is the only one in the positive compared to all of these. What else is there to say? Also, close in the dark. That's very helpful. That's very nice. Especially during the early parts of the game, especially with the early stages of your base. If you don't have lighting all set up, glow in the dark deplorables are going to be helping you out very much. So, yeah, being able to navigate around your base and whatnot. So, yeah. That right there, looking good. What would we suggest? $1.70 to $2.20. Go all the way up. You could even consider buying these. But please understand, we are not going to be able to buy all of this tonight. We are only going to be able to buy all of this when the Rust store rotates tomorrow. But it's not going to be even then. This will only become marketable after the Rust store has come and gone. It's going to be midnight tomorrow, Thursday night going into Friday morning UK time, due to the Rust store being delayed last week. So you really do need to question, do I want to buy some now? Well, with the sheer lack of sales, wouldn't blame you. And all of the other positive context, I can only see this doing nicely. Okay? I can't imagine it's going to do super bad. I hope not. But yeah, I'm going to probably be jumping in and buying some of these as well. Things are looking good. So I don't know how else to express myself. I'm pretty sure you can understand that by now. So it's up to you what you do next. But it's hardly anything. And this is where we now talk about the pay-to-win door right here, which only has 9,000 bare minimum sales. What? So you're telling me a sheet metal door with transparency, yeah, I will point this out again, a sheet metal door with transparency, which also happens to be the cheapest transparent sheet metal door that we have in the game, has only got 9,000 bare minimum sales. What? No, what? Alright. So let's just get this established real quickly. We recently had the likes of the Brutalist sheet metal door, and then this appeared. So fair enough. Maybe people probably don't feel the need to buy that new skin. Fair enough. I wouldn't rule that out, because of course you should also remind yourselves that the sheet metal door has a lot more that you can see through and whatnot. It's questionable whether you actually like the design and whatnot, because it only really blends in nicely with the likes of the Brutalist building skin. Maybe you just don't care. Fair enough. Also, this happens to glow in the dark. So cool, we got that established. This sheet metal door, it only has that like simple window that you have right there. Is that more than enough for you? Potentially. But do you like the design more compared to the Brutalist? Because yeah, this was supposed to accompany the likes of the base decor pack. As you can see right there, seems to blend in very nicely. Should be mostly fine with many other designs of the DLC building skins. But let's just get to the point. That right there's $3 at the moment. Will it retain its value? I can see it doing that. But will it go far? Well, like I said, it's only got 9,000 sales, and that does seem ridiculously low. This has less than half than what Brutalist building skin had in terms of bare minimum sales. That seems ridiculous. And now we also need to bring up that, yes, we have seen continuations. We have a garage door, 2 versions of a garage door right here. Yes, the garage doors also have transparency, which you can see right there. Chat, YouTube, what do you think? Because, like, I can't help but think that things are looking very good for this. I can't help but think people will want this when they jump in and play the game again around next month. And 9,000? Is that it? Again, yeah, you can question the transparency. I wouldn't rule that out. I can see where people would question it. But even if this has the worst transparency, is it going to go below $3? Especially with how many of them that exist. I really want you to consider that. So, yeah. They really need to slow down with the pay to win. It's too late now, buddy. It's already out there. All right, it's already out there. So, yeah, we were questioning this at the very beginning of this year when we had the transparent wooden doors. Is this where it ends? Is that okay? We thought, you know what? Wooden doors, they tend to be very weak. We could have transparency for them, because if you're going to be using a wooden door, you do run the risk of using a wooden door. Well, now we've got them on sheet metal doors. What? So, yeah. We're going through a funny phase now, aren't we? So, yeah, I can't help but think that's going to have a nice future ahead of it. Would it be insane? Probably not initially, but what's going to happen when many more people jump back in to play the game next month, like I was alluding to just a second ago? Because quite a lot of people very likely missed out on this skin. And when they see it, they're going to probably go wild. Or then again, they might look at the Brutalist and go, yeah, I'd rather have Brutalist, because, yeah, fair enough. Like, again, more they can see through. I get that. I understand that. That's fine. But does that completely rule this out? It's a role player skin. Yes, because like I said, it does blend in ever so nicely with the likes of the base decor. As you can see how Mr. Morphus has presented it right here with the recent skin that he's produced. So, yeah. Looks nice. Looks ever so cozy. So I have to question, what prices might we want to offer for this? Because I do think people have made their choice. Yeah, I can see that, Micro. I can see that. Does blend in nicely. And like I did say, Brutalist is a bit yucky. But this does look a whole lot more comfy. And I can envision that working out in its favour. So, in terms of the price... of course, it's hard. Well, I'm going to sit here and say I'm probably going to do between $2 and $2.50. I can still see some potential problems. But with this being the cheapest option, again, still going to stick with it. Isn't there work on a new wood building skin from Face Punch? Yeah, Frontier. Frontier building skin was not released with the base pack for some reason. So Frontier building skin, rustified. It was all there. It was all ready, but it didn't come out. I don't know. That was weird. So yeah, do you remember this? Do you remember these pictures? Do you remember all of that? So maybe when this properly comes out, and we haven't heard word that it's not coming out, that you will see a nice boost for the likes of the Frontier Rustic door. So that's a good point, Chucky Chew. And this might be coming out December. Because again, why did we not get this with the base decor? So, yeah. I'm going to still stick with $2 to $2.50, but that is a good point to bring up. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. And apparently he just got an ad for his help. I'm sorry, mate. Right, Soul Eater Revolver. We did see some continuations being made for this Soul Eater Revolver. I didn't need to... Control-Shift-TT. Didn't mean to close some of those things. They're there. Okay, no worries. I can delete that then. Right, so, Soul Eater Revolver has not really sold that much either. Get a good look at this. Very nice design. Give it a kiss. Mwah. But what continuations were you mentioning? We got some tools. And the tools are fine. Just wanted to point this out. Yep, tools are there. Delarai, perfectly fine. Continuation. It's covered in blood. Cool. Don't touch the teeth. So, we do see a continuation, but again, only weapons and tools. So, back over to here. Yep. So, this has only done 6,662 sales, bare minimum. 6,000 people have bought the skin. Let us remind ourselves of revolvers and the current state they're in, because go take a look at every single one of them. Not a single one is in the negative. They are only doing good. They are only in the positive. And you can mainly attribute that to the fact that we have hardly seen any skins being accepted, especially over the past few years. So only 9 marketable skins to be accepted in the past 3 years, and one of them was the E-Class, so technically speaking, I guess you could say 8 proper releases. If that still remains being a situation, this Soul Eater Revolver is only going to do good. This right here, during the likes of 2023, only did just under 7,000 bare minimum sales at the moment. We could still see more. I am probably jumping in and buying some of these. I'm probably going to go ahead and maybe buy 100 or 150. I am going to have to consider doing that, and I wouldn't hesitate. I bought 150 of these. I made profit, and I will make more profit when it's January time. So, yeah. Will we see a lot of Revolver skins next year? I can't answer that. I don't see the future. But judging by what we've seen over the past few years, I doubt it. So all the better for this. And we did make a fuss, making a reference to Headhunter Revolver and Colourful Revolver. These aren't exactly like super crazy, you know. Headhunter more specifically because it's a lot more grounded with its design. Still went still went up in price. Never really went down in price that much. Especially during bad times. It did go down, it just didn't really crash and burn. It doesn't really go up that high, it doesn't really go down that high. But if you're looking for something that feels a lot more safer in terms of trying to make a profit out of, Revolver, yeah. Profit is profit. Exactly that. Just go buy more. So, yeah. They do hold up strong. And, again, sheer lack of acceptances, only better for it. This has sold hardly anything. All the better for it to rise up in price. But just don't expect it to go super high. So again, if you're just looking to save some money, put it away for a bit, fair enough. Don't blame you. But that's going to have a pretty good future ahead of it. And I'm pretty sure I'll be jumping in and buying some. But if you were to sit here and offer a buy order, well, do you know what? I'll just sit here and say $1.50 and $1.80. Yep, it's a $2 skin. But even then, go take a look at, once again, let me just show you this. So this lowest point, here we are, the end of October last year, this was sitting here at about $1.80. And then after that, it went and basically went up ever so nicely. This went up by 50%, and it was selling for about $3 to $3.50 during post-Christmas last year. This was a $2 skin. So, yeah. I think that's going to be doing fine. I think that's going to do all right. I think that's perfect to consider and making a purchase for. So, yeah, what else is there to say? Consider it. It's up to you. Then we're going to move over to talking about the likes of the Bullseye AR. And, well, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. We've said this many times. Just look at all the AKs and, yep, far too many. Now, again, people like AKs. There's justifications using skins. It's just, for $2, what could I buy instead? This is a different, price. This is a different approach I've been taking recently, because I was like, well, like for $2, instead of this skin, which again, let's just go take a look at it real quickly, because, yeah, it's nice. I don't hate it. It's just a bit straightforward. With $2, I could instead buy the Midnight Dream. Wow, look at how colourful and pretty that is. Or maybe for a slightly lower price, I could go down here and maybe buy myself a Talon AK, base breaker, it's all pink, toy AR. It depends if you like the colours or not. Evil Snowman, Christmas is just around the corner. Maybe that might be a good investment as well. But the point is, right, we're very likely going to have another AK accepted next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. And what does this lead to? What does this lead to? We have AKs, a lot of AKs below $1. So 1, 2, 3. All of those AKs were below $1. And then you got all of these other AKs very close to $1. So, yeah, ends about here. Yeah, what do you reckon's going to happen to that AK? Probably the exact same thing, I'm afraid. And you might sit and say, but what about the collection? Well, I mean, the collection, awkward. So, 70 cents to 90 cents by order. I'm not hating. It's just too many. And other people's behaviour, take that into account. It's unfortunate, but yeah, people are very likely just going to get rid of it and go buy the new one. And when another new one appears, they're going to get rid of that and buy that one instead. And it's just going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating because we keep seeing AKs being accepted every other week. Fair enough. That's fine. That's cool. We can move on from there then. LR300. So literally earlier when we talked about the Chameleon collection, I talked about how the collection itself is what helps out a lot of these skins, especially the LR300. And I made an emphasis saying, go take a look at every single LR300 that came out for the past 3 years. Only one of them's in the positive, and it's the Redemption LR. Look at all of that. That ain't looking good. There's a lot of these skins below $1 as well. In fact, all of the skins that came out in 2021, below $1. All of the skins that came out in 2022, except that one, yeah, they're all basically around $1 as well. Even the black gold one. Oh my, wow. Yeah. What's helping this out? All the skins in the collection. Plus, this was the first one to be accepted out of all the redemption skins. So, yeah, that worked out very nicely for that, didn't it? Look at all the ones that came out this year. Only the Chameleon ones holding up. So now we have to consider what's going to happen to the modern military LR300. Because there is a collection here. There is a collection here that it's going to slot into. You've got all the core pieces, all the armour, you've got various other weapons and whatnot. Those weapons aren't holding up very nicely, are they? Oh dear. So, we do see a lot of submissions as well. We should also point this out. Robstar's always putting out some very nice quality pieces of work. In fact, literally just this past week, I could show this, weekend I meant to say, he put out his own version of a Berserker cloak jacket. Yep, tactical cloak. But it's called the Tactical Raincoat Military. So yes, I do believe this is a military vagabond jacket, as you can see. And yeah, it's quite literally exactly like the Berserker cloak jacket with the front removed. So that's it paired with the military hoodie. And it's not super noticeable, but I guess that's the whole point. So yeah, that's on the horizon. But let's go back over to here. Let's specifically talk about this skin here. I can't imagine anything coming out afterwards would give it that much of a boost. It's gun demand. How often are you using your LR300s? Yeah. And the skins showcase that. There's no justification for using a skin. Where's the justification for buying a skin? And that's why we have a lot of the skins thrown on the Steam market. That's why many of them are below $1. And that is why I'm just going to sit here and say 70 cents, 90 cents by order. It's very straightforward. It's unfortunate. You never know. Maybe we'll get a buff for the LR300 in the future. Maybe it's a whole lot better. Maybe it's a whole lot more easier to acquire and whatnot. But yeah, not looking good. So 70 cents, 90 cents by order. Ink Dragon Pump Shotgun. So, Mr. Monarch Man, congratulations on your second ever skin being accepted, and I have been keeping an eye on the workshop, and I have seen a continuation appear. So first of all, get a quick look at this, look at the video. He had a very nice video showcasing this, a nice pan around. So yeah, cool looking design. I think people can appreciate that, but go take a look at all the recent pump shotgun skins we've had, and you might question some things. So back over to here, take a look, and what do we see? Yep. We're no longer going through the slugs hype anymore, are we? Unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah, during the summer of 2022, all of these pump shotguns just went whoosh. It was mainly due to the fact that it paired up ever so nicely with the overpowered slugs. That got nerfed, or traded, but yeah, it was a nerf, and people didn't care too much anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, the more recent skins haven't really fared very well. That is sad. But down 30%, down 35%, down 31%. They don't go down too bad. And then you've got to make a comparison over the fact that this has only done 5,000 bare minimum sales. Just over 5,000. This did 12, this did 14, and this did 8,700. So this actually might work out a fair bit better compared to the recent counterparts that it's, that we can see here. And again, if I quickly go back over to here, I can point out that we do see a continuation. It's an AK, but we still have a continuation right there. And, what's going to happen next for the likes of our pump shotgun? I like the design. I think it looks nice. But I do have to question what could happen to that pump shotgun. I can expect it potentially going down in price a fair bit. I can't imagine it going down in price insanely, though. I can see it retaining most of its value. I reckon we're probably just going to stick with maybe doing like a 90 cent to $1.20 buy order. I can potentially see some more skins being made and accepted for this. But for this specifically, you know what? 90 cents to $1.30. The low sales surely will give it a bit of a boost, because if we're going to see hardly anything on the Steam market, then it can't really go down in price that much, surely. Nobody's going to be competing with each other, undercutting each other that much. It actually might work out very nicely. Okay, yeah, we'll do 90 cents to $1.30. I can envision there potentially being some problems, but I can also see it probably not having that much being available. And that does affect value. Or at least, people buying it for certain prices. And, it's what people are willing to list it for as well. So, yeah, you get that. Okay, cool. So, let's also now go take a look at the likes of the Bamboo Blaster. So this was Caglian and Yanlar's first skin to be accepted as a duo here. And they have submitted more. I will point this out. But, yep, nice and shiny, as you can see right here. Mostly green. Do people appreciate? Do people like? Apparently not really in terms of its sales, which is awkward. So let me just close all of these. Oh, God. I went too far back. Yeah, I got too many skins here, so I just want to kind of remove some of these. We'll be back in a second. But yeah, that has only done 4,300 bare minimum sales. Only 4,300 individuals have bought this skin. That does not sound like a skin that's super in demand, is it? But then again, many of the skins this week have hardly sold anything. Yes, this is one video noise. What else is it going to be? Anyway, back over to here. Go take a look at all of the other double barrel shotgun skins we've had this year, and you might notice, yeah, they're not doing super good. Blackout's still holding out. Wasn't surprised by that, by the way. We actually anticipated this. That's also being carried by its collection. But this right here, yeah, they're not doing super good, are they? That's not looking great. And now we have an independent double barrel shotgun by itself here. I wouldn't be surprised if this follows what we see here with these other skins. And unfortunately, these have gone down to around $1. So, yeah. However, this only did 4,000 bare minimum sales at the moment. Maybe this might push up to about 5,000. But literally a week ago, we had quite a fuss talking about the likes of this AK over here. This only did 5,400 bare minimum sales. We thought this potentially might get manipulated at some point down the line. We could potentially see the same happening to the Bamboo double barrel shotgun. Only 4,000 at the moment. I can't imagine it's going to go over 5,000. I don't think that's happening. So you could make a consideration to actually go ahead and buy it with the expectation it potentially might get manipulated at some point down the line. And yes, you will be seeing this happening quite a lot. You will be seeing many skins that sold hardly anything towards the end of the year suddenly going up in price insanely at the beginning of next year, because the manipulators will want to hide it amongst all of the other skins that are going up in value over the time. So yeah, it's something to consider. But in terms of by default, what do I think? I'm probably going to stick with doing a 70 cent, 90 cent buy order. We've seen some of those double barrel shotgun skins come out this year and then go below $1, and that's awkward. And this is isolated by itself, much like those skins as well. So I don't really want to risk it. I just want to save and be safe. I just want to be safe. So yeah, 70 cents to 90 cents. That is my answer right there. And then talking about that skin, you got to talk about this MP5. This MP5 has only done 3,000 individual sales from 3,000 different people. Bare minimum sales. So, yeah, this is another one. I can't really imagine this doing nicely based on the skin, but it sold hardly anything. And we do have to be wary that, at some point, maybe, Maybe that gets manipulated. I should ask Bipolar Penguin, can you have like some sort of system where you can like keep track of the top selling skin of the week and the lowest selling skin of the week, and you can make like a chart or something? That would be nice, because it would be nice to always be aware of the skins that sold the least and then see what happens over the course of like the next 6 months. Do they get attacked? Do they get bought out? Do they become manipulated? Because I can't help but feel like that's like bait. It's like fishing, literally fishing for manipulators to try and grab it, because there's hardly anything there. And how easy is that to potentially pump? Exactly what CS Sonic just said. How easy is that for potentially being pumped in the future? Yeah. So, by default, let's talk about MP5s. At the beginning of October, they did have a buff, and we didn't really see that much of a difference in terms of what we see of the skin values. But I can't help but think if we have a whole lot more people playing the game, December, January time, maybe it might get noticed more. Maybe the weapon will be appreciated more. Gun demand might increase. The value of skins will, follow that. But I can't see much helping with the likes of this skin right here. 3,000 sales in 2023 is ridiculously low. Right now, there's 60,000 people currently playing the game. Let's put it this way. Only 1 in 50 decided to buy that skin. So, is that correct? Yeah, I think so. Is that correct? My brain don't think math good right now. But yeah, like, not that many people giving it the eye. When you look at this, 1 in 4 people are buying this. So, yeah. By default, 70 cents, 90 cents. But if you really think, that's just too low, something funny is going to happen at some point, it's not a matter of if, more rather a matter of when. Yeah, maybe. You got to keep an eye on these, right? You got to keep an eye on them, because you're going to notice some funny business going on over the course of these next couple months. But yeah, I wonder what happens to this over the course of 2024. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, trying to pick these up at a cheaper price, by all means, give it a shot. If you honestly think, you know what, after hearing all of that, Hedge, I think I might just go buy some. Just, I got some money spare. I'll go buy 5. Let's see what happens in the future. By all means, consider doing that. But yeah, there's only so many of them. What happens next? I said 70 cents, 90 cents as a safe option. If you want to try yourself out, if you want to try and offer a little bit more, by all means, go for it. But there are no guarantees for anything. Just because it looks like it's very vulnerable to manipulation doesn't necessarily mean it will be. But yeah, cool. So that's the moral of that story. So I must just point this out once more. These skins are not expected to become marketable tonight. The Rustic was delayed. 7 days haven't passed. All of these skins, yes, even the regular skins, will only become marketable tomorrow night in the evening time in the UK. Thursday evening going into Friday morning, midnight, that's when all of these skins become marketable, all 12 of them at the same time. Yes, even if the Rustic has rotated, the regular skins will not become marketable. And like I said, we've gone through this 2 times already this year. We've seen it happen. If it suddenly changed, I would be surprised. So that's happened. We've talked about that. You now need to consider, what are you going to prioritise doing a build run tomorrow? You've got 12 skins there. I've said I've said all the words that I needed to say. What ones are you going to focus? Consider this. If loads of people are potentially going to focus one skin, and I can't help but think it's going to probably be the likes of the garage door, the bolt action rifle, the sleeping bag, and the door, why not consider focusing the other skins? Because you might be better off potentially getting the fastest builder down on some of the other skins compared to those skins that I mentioned. Strategize, consider, make options, think about what you think is best for you. So yeah, that's just an option. And I should also quickly point out something. You might notice a bit of a blip with some Rust skins in terms of their prices at the moment. Why is this? Tomorrow is November 16. Tomorrow, the OLED Steam Decks come out. We have seen this happen already with CS. For all the Counter-Strike cases, they've basically all gone down in price pretty sharply. I've had to warn a lot of people today about this. Plus, you also have the limited edition Steam Deck in America and Canada. Wow. But yeah, I can't help but think a lot of people are going to be chasing after these. A lot of people will be cashing out. And yeah, need I say any more? So just be aware that this is coming out tomorrow, and you might notice a lot of skin prices potentially go down a fair bit. I don't know if this is going to affect Rust that much, but I must point out it has affected CS pretty badly. For example, Fracture Case, this is a case that had quite a lot of popularity, especially during all of this year. Go look at how it's performed over the course of a month. And yeah, so this was going all the way up to about 90 cents during the middle of October. And over the course of the past month, it has just been descending down, 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 down. And now it's 52 cents. It's lost 40 cents. What happened there? Well, just be aware of this, all right? It might affect your Rust skins, okay? So maybe this only lasts until, like, tomorrow. We shall see. But if you're also involved in Counter-Strike investing, if you have, like, builders and CS cases, double check right now, just in case, especially all the people currently watching right now, okay? Because if you're like me, you're going to unfortunately end up with a whole bunch of them. Yep, that happened to me. Someone dumped like 200 of them on me. And yes, the price did go down, and I suffered because of that, because I wasn't keeping check. I should check now. Okay, so yeah, I had some atomic garage doors. I was getting desperate to get some money back up, but yeah, I have some money, and so much of it's impending. So yeah, awkward. But it is what it is. So yeah, at least you're aware of that now, and basically you should be nice and prepared for tomorrow. So what could we potentially expect for tomorrow? Well, I hope you have been keeping an eye on the Rust workshop. I hope you have been keeping check of all the newest submissions, and I hope you've looked at the top picks list. I hope you've looked at the likes of the top picks list. My tongue just disappeared there, but yeah. Get a good look at all of these skins. We did look at these last week. We did look at the all of these skins in the Rust Workshop skin checks. And who knows what potentially might get picked. But again, the current trend is the vast majority of skins being accepted in the Rust stores do appear to be early picks, which is why I do emphasise also considering look at my Rust Workshop skin checks collection. Give that a good look. There's 100+ skins this week. That was a big fat video. I'm very sorry. But like I said, in the description of the video, there are chapters, and it will point out all the continuations. We've already made quite the fuss about this skin right here. If this tier 2 gets accepted, but we bring that up. We bring this up because over the past 2 weeks we had a lot of tier 2 collections to pick from, but none of them were picked. It's awkward. You've also got the likes of Burlap. Yep, Desert Beast Burlap was introduced to the workshop. That will look pretty nice, you know. Maybe we get a full primitive collection right there. Maybe, just maybe. We've also got the likes of Arctic Protection Bandana and Snow Jacket. That'll look pretty cool. I think a lot of people appreciate that. And then you got the likes of continuations with weapons. I've already mentioned the likes of the Ink Dragon AK. We've also got the Ronin AK. Ronin AK47. So yeah, that looks nice. Very stylish. Mr. Bear Trip and Hulk putting out very nice pieces of work, as per usual. So yeah, consider going through, looking at all of that. And yeah, there you go. Chameleon Python. Won't be surprised if we see that. Loads of interesting things, all available at your fingertips. Pugdo. And yeah, so go over to YouTube, Rust Workshop Skin Checks. It's all there. The link will be in the description, and the chapters are all there as well. So yeah, Twitch Rivals skins. Yep, we can talk about that real quickly as well. I mentioned it in that video, but we can talk about it right here. Some more skins have been noticed. So if we scroll down, you can see the likes of some generic drops. And you know how I was kind of talking about very recently, and I'll show this to you again. Very recently, I was talking about how Twitch drops affect our normal Rust skins, you know, the non-Twitch drop skins. And the main basis was questioning, oh, okay, cool, so we've got a fridge from hell. I made this at the beginning of October. I was like, so we've got the fridge from hell here, but now that this has been accepted, and it very likely will do a whole bunch of sales and whatnot, could this potentially lead to other people making skins, seeing that it sells well? Yes, we have seen that. We have seen more people making fridge skins. But could that also potentially lead to people wanting to get fridge skins accepted potentially as a Twitch drop in the future? Well, guess what? We got boots. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that. I want to talk about this. We got a fridge skin. Yes, a generic drop for Twitch Rivals next month. And that right there is a fridge. That right there is a free fridge skin. And we do now have to question what's potentially going to happen to our little fridge from hell. No, that's Trouble Rust. Fridge from hell over here. Oh no. Is he potentially going to lose value now? Very likely, because everyone can just get a cool looking glow-in-the-dark fridge for free right here. Awkward, isn't it? And yes, it does glow in the dark. Look at that. So, yeah. Maybe the fridge from hell is going to go down in price now. Wouldn't be surprised, because it's no longer special. Awkward. But yes, don't you want to be a champion? What wonderful foods will you put in your champion fridge? So just to remind you, we're having a Twitch Rivals event between December 11th to the 15th next month. And that right there definitely looks like it's going to be a generic drop. As in, you could watch any stream and you could get that skin for free. That's it. Yep. And yeah, you can see the many other skins here that are expected to be Twitch drops, all located here. But the official list is TGG's list, which is just over here. And yeah, these skins, I'm a whole lot more confident are going to be Twitch drops. Like every single one that you see here, from the Boots, Delacard, Panpots, Crowley, Blueprint, Disguised Toast, Crowley and Nikov hoodie, Myco hoodie, Posty hoodie, so many hoodies, Panpots hoodie, Blueprint and H June hoodie, Team Rocket hoodie, Team Rocket face mask without the transparent face mask. We've already made an emphasis about that, exactly like the kayak mask, but that's going to be given away for free. And of course the generic Twitch Rivals beanie hat. Cool. Yeah. I'm out of breath, I am. I've just been screaming a lot. So, yeah, that's it. That's all the skins. That's everything we need to scream and shout about. Now we just have to sit around and wait for tomorrow. Like I said, I will be here just in case. I'm with my stream. We're here just in case if we do see the likes of the abnormals somehow appearing, but we doubt it. But other than that, I hope that was insightful for all of you. I hope that was helpful for all of you. Just trying to break down all the potential information to get a good idea whether these skins are going to be good potential purchases or even just sticking with a buy order. But yeah, there's a lot of things to be aware of. There's a lot of things to keep an eye on from now on. Let's see what happens tomorrow, and let's see what happens over the course of the time until around Christmas time. Lots of interesting things on the horizon. But with that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed yourself. Again, if we do happen to see the abnormals later, I will skip ahead to it now. But yeah, I don't know if that's happening. So catch you later. See you, goodbye.